from Spain to Maine to Spokane, there's a fish on a bridge. In this part of the South, dude, it gets so hot simply by finding an area like a bridge. You got shade, it's a little cooler on you, but there's still a lot of fish that use that shade line. You may have to play around with it. I'd literally been here 20 minutes going around this column, trying to figure out what depth I needed to let this bait get to. And it's a pretty simple setup. Ned head, I got a Zoom beat down worm on there, G-Magic, and I took a little tail spinner and just cut like a piece of the beat down off, put the spinner right in the back of it, just built me a little bitty shad looking bait. The reason for the spinner is when the bait's falling, I want it working for me. There's always fish any time of year around the bridge. It changes at the depths, it changes your presentation. You may have to adjust it a little bit, but to me, it's no funner way to beat the heat in August. You can hear the road noise. This ain't staged up. Look at that big bull right here, guys. Looky there, looky there. Oh my God. Oh, Moses done come back up again. You can see the current moving. It's the perfect setup for them to stage. They'll position themselves on the front or the back. So all I do is throw in. That particular cast I had thrown way out front, way out this way, let it sink down to where I thought it was, I don't know, 25 or 30 foot out front. It sank forever. And I just started easing it back to me, and I could feel it when it touched the column down deep, and when it cleared it, he just knocked slack in it. Roughest part about this, just letting it sink, but it's working for you when it's sinking. I got that deep enough. Good Lord. I gotta hold him. Dude, I bet it was 30 foot deep. Good Lord. I bet it was 30 foot deep. We had 2 conversations and read a book. And look at that. On the little spinning worm. Come here, 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 come here. Ain't, but it's only 7 pound sunline, don't do that. So, and there it is. I want to get my spinner undone for you. Oh, there we go. Zoom beat down, Ned head, spinner, August. When you think nothing's going on, just getting in the shade, fishing the bridges, and that's what it's all about. And that one's not bad. The sucker said I was deep in the pits of Gunnersville. Gone. Hey! Looked like Colby getting up this morning. Oh, they're just sitting there looking at, oh, you dirty dogs. For years, we think that maybe the fish are getting out of the current, they're tucked in behind it. And there's times of the year in the winter, yeah, they don't want to fight that current that much. But in the heat of the summer, you might want to reverse that train of thought and go to the front of the bridge and fish the strongest current. Where, you know, even though it doesn't look like it's ripping, it's moving a little faster up there than it is down here. Swap it up. They're not always, I don't think being out of it's always what they're looking for. Because those fish right there are in the head of the current, right where it hits the column and splits off and right out in front of it. And this bite could change as the sun moves and that shadow starts to go this way. Then fish can move from there to there. If the shadow went that way, they could move further out. You kind of watch the shadow off the bridge. It's kind of a cool thing to do. There's a lot more here. When a lot of people pull up, they say, well, it's just 2 concrete columns. No, it's not just 2 concrete columns. How deep that was, 180 foot, but it's not just concrete columns. It's shade lines, it's a current break. It's where the shad getting a seam behind it that could get out in front of it. There's 2 blocks behind that. This little current break could be a shelf on it. Don't just see 2 concrete columns. See it as much more. There's a shade line. The sun can move the shade line from hour to hour. It could be different. I think sometimes we should look at coming to a lake like this and, hey, it's gonna be tough. Hey, dude, just go somewhere and catch some fish. Go somewhere and catch some fish. Get your spinning rod up, take any type of small bait, fish around a bridge, a marina, get in the shade. When it's this hot, we like the shade, they like the shade.